Aquarius, how is everybody doing on this fine day or night, whenever you're watching this? I hope that everybody's doing well. Before we get into this, I would like to set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated. Ultimately, for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. I'm looking at the Ten of Pentacles. Is there a sense of stability, security that we're finding when we're looking within? Maybe even a sense of value. Something that you recognize. Maybe you're being very mindful too of who you're exchanging energy with as well. Also making sure that you have enough time to yourself to be reflecting too. Maybe this is a movement that we're making. I'm seeing crystals here. I'm seeing white crystals. I'm getting the word abundance. Maybe we're practicing affirmations as well. I'm hearing the wait is over. You could have been waiting for something that came through. This can be financially speaking. It was like reaching a goal, whether this was something financial or anything that you wanted to obtain, a sense of security that you were looking to find, and it was almost like you made your way through a process and now something is over. And it's like when you look inside, everything that you've been looking for is there. And it's like maybe even outside of yourself, something you'd been looking for is there now as well. Yeah, I'm hearing the wait is over again. It's like the long time that you were waiting for something to come through, I'm seeing that this thing came through for you, Aquarius. I'm hearing good luck. Yeah, something, I'm getting this strongly. I don't know if for you specifically this is a person or a cycle, but whatever it was something long, it was something tedious, it was something grueling. But something that you have now gotten to the end of. That cycle is completely finished now, and I'm seeing you end with the goal that you were looking to make, looking to discover, looking to find, looking to receive. Something like that. I feel so happy. I really hope you guys are doing well. Ooh, so interesting. So I'm looking at the shininess of this. You see the gold? See how it's kind of reflective? It looks like when you open up chocolate, like, at least for me, I know for my dark chocolate that I have, when you take it out of the little paper that it's in, it usually comes in like a foil, and that's what this looks like. Are we getting somebody chocolate? Do we like chocolate? I'm seeing something like that. Like it's wrapped very nicely. That can be related to a synchronicity. Now I'm seeing those gold coins. I forget when it was, but when I was really little in school, they would give you gold coins that had chocolate inside of them. Once upon a time. Yeah, I'm seeing that now here. Maybe this is a funny theme. I don't know, something about chocolate. Nothing is random. You know, what I have observed about synchronicities are like, they're almost like these little Easter eggs. Easter eggs, and not in a religious sense, but Easter eggs, like these little things that you find that kind of tell you that you're on the right path. It's like breadcrumbs in a way that you're meant to follow. So it's like when you have your eyes open to observing your environment around you, the next time that there is a theme repeated, which is a synchronicity, and synchronicities are meaningful occurrences, okay? And so it's like these little things that when you see this theme repeating, you start observing how there's a cyclical sense to what you are picking up on, and it kind of leads you to the right place. Like, you're at your house and you see a commercial for a very particular item, and then you go to the store and you see the item there, and then like you're on the highway and you hear somebody's car radio and it's talking about that particular item, and it's kind of like, it doesn't necessarily have to do with what the synchronicity actually is. It's more so like a path that you're following. Sometimes it is specific to the synchronicity, but there are lots of different ways that it shows up. It's not so straightforward, and it may be different for each of us as well. That's why it's also hard to pin down things too, when we talk about stuff psychically that comes through for people that channel, for people that have different abilities. Because all of us have the ability to get in touch with the powers that we have, but it may look and feel different. It may be obtained differently for each of us. And that's why it is unique to every single person, and why there's no, like, you follow these steps and then this can happen and then you have a vision or whatever. It doesn't really work like that. Each of us have our own ways of exploring and discovering these things. So as much as guidance can be helpful, and there can be people that experience very similar and parallel things to us, there are also things that are only specifically unique to you. And so you kind of have to forge your own path and figure things out for yourself in that way. Because if there's something that, like, a path has not yet been forged for, there's nobody to really go to for the information that you're looking for. So you kind of have to brave something on your own there. Maybe that's a specific message for somebody. It's nice when we are told what to do, because naturally we feel uncomfortable with ambiguity. But the more you jump into the deep end, the faster you're going to find out if you can swim or not. And most of the time we can swim, and your guides are also with you to help you as well. In a metaphorical sense about the water. Please don't jump into water if you don't know how to swim. If it's deep. Okay. Ooh, is something going on with work too? For some, this is a home. I'm hearing homeowner for some. Maybe you bought a home. Some type of money related to work as well. For some, you could be... something going on with your position. For some, this is a bonus that you're receiving. For some, this is a home. I'm hearing homeowner again. Maybe something to do with an apartment. Like you could have secured an apartment. This is about something big that you're securing in the 3D. Anything that you would spend or invest money on. For others, this can be like an actual upgrade with a job, something like that. Feeling really stable in your career as well, meeting goals with your career. Following your intuition, leading things out. Some of you may be mentoring as well. I'm hearing follow the leader. Maybe you're working on something. I'm hearing privately owned. Working on something privately owned. I'm seeing you feel very creative. It's like your creativity and your passions and your motivation and your inspiration on one side, and then on the other side, this is you in a career that you value. And when they meet in the middle, they're both tied to each other through your intuition here. So this is something that we're really following along our path, something we feel meant to be doing. And this is all about the ways that we take action too. So it's almost like the things that you're doing, the things that you're performing, the steps that you're taking, the faith that you're having. It's all based in your understanding, your relationship here with your intuition. I'm seeing a different storyline. This may be for somebody in particular that I'm catching here. I'm going to read through it. Just give me a moment. Okay. So for a number of you, that this is based off of an interpersonal relationship. I'm seeing you figure out that you're going to feel more stable and better off on your own, and it's like you needed time to reflect and think about this, and you understood that it was time to end a relationship with somebody that you may still feel physically attracted to. Like, the attraction is still there, but there were other things that weren't going down that you wanted to continue, and you knew it was better off for you to end a cycle with someone. This can be an ex. This can be you even thinking about somebody from the past and like reimagining something. It's like putting a final end to that. This can be even an old relationship that you were having memories of too, and you're setting boundaries with yourself to not be repeating past cycles here. Because you're worried about taking care of yourself, and you know that in order to do that, you have to carry on here. So maybe you're like finally cutting energetic ties with somebody. For some of you, you could be meeting up with friends, family members. For some of you, you're going to be meeting new friends. In whatever ways you do, there's an opportunity. For some, this is a reunion, but for others, these are new friends that you're going to be meeting. For some, you may be learning that you have a new guide that wants to work with you. Very cool. In the top spread, I was just looking at Virgo, but I'm also looking at other earth signs, and I'm looking at a fire sign as well. But yeah, I'm seeing you be about your money here. Okay, so let's continue on, Aquarius. I'm hearing good fortune. Hold on. I need to get my water. Okay. So, a new opportunity, a new plan to meet people. For some, you could be in the process of gathering a tribe or your soul family, and maybe you're getting a chance to meet some people now. Like, maybe this is actually coming to fruition. For others, if you've been, I'm hearing meditating and manifesting, calling in a group of people. This is something that you're going to actually start seeing manifesting physically for you. These would be people that you would get along with. Like, you definitely have some type of hobby or lifestyle in common with these people. I'm seeing a little circle here of people. I'm hearing dance and be merry. I'm seeing you going off on a little adventure here. It's almost like you have a brand new opportunity. Something becomes available to you. And it's like, I'm seeing you looking for a sense of fulfillment here. Maybe you're expanding in a way. It's almost like leaving something behind, but only because you're in search of more. It's like continuing onward here. And maybe now you have the means to do that. Maybe before something hadn't been coming to fruition, and now this thing finally did come to fruition, and it's enabling you to be like either traveling, exploring, doing something. And I'm seeing this be in alignment with maybe abilities that we have related to water. Emotion, intuition, creativity. This can be artistic abilities. For some, you may actually be looking as well for love, maybe also getting more in touch with ourselves. I'm getting the word retreat as well for some. Now I'm seeing a wishbone. Interesting. I'm seeing someone with a really long braid here sticking out to me. I'm picking up that someone definitely feels some social anxiety when around other people, maybe new people, maybe groups of people. Okay. Okay, I'm getting this notion as well. If there is some sort of new beginning or new opportunity or some door that's open for you, you're being guided. I'm getting the word squander, like not to squander it, but that seems so cut and dry. It's more so like take your time with whatever chapter this is. Maybe you even, like, that's in the fear space, is that you're not going to build steadily with something here. Like, maybe you don't want impulsive decisions to get in the way of whatever new beginning this is. But I mean, if you're mindful of it, you know, that's the best that you can do, is to be mindful of your actions. Self-aware. But there may be something deeper going on here, like in the psyche space. Okay. For some of you, I'm seeing that there's somebody lingering in your energetic field. You feel caught up in your head about this because you don't appreciate the way that they behaved. Maybe something happened and you feel like it was disrespectful to you. And you regret interacting with this person. Something like that. It's like maybe you gave somebody an opportunity, and maybe that's why I was hearing the word squander. Maybe you feel like they squandered an opportunity with you. But it's based on the way that they act. But maybe they just don't have the capacity at this point in time to be mature in the way that you're looking for them to be. Maybe some room to grow still. And this can always be an aspect of you with yourself, you know. But for some, I'm getting specifically, this is someone outside of yourself that you may have given a chance to, or a new chance. It was somebody that left you feeling disappointed. It is okay to feel the whole spectrum of emotions. It helps us to process what's going on. Yeah, you may have given somebody an opportunity related to love, because you had feelings, and the way that somebody was showing up was not in the way that you had hoped that they would. Like, maybe you were looking for something that would be more emotional, and this person was more invested physically. This person could be a bit cocky or overconfident, but in a way that's out of touch. Like, they could just have some stuff that they need to work on emotionally. Like, this is a very fiery type of energy. This could be a fire sign. And I'm also looking at a water sign here. Like, this could be a fire, rising Venus, Moon, Mercury, Mars. Maybe the way that they presented themselves was not how they actually are. Like, maybe there was a bit of a front. I'm getting something like that. It's just, every time I look at the Knight of Wands, the energy just, it looks so silly. So, even though this was definitely uncomfortable, because I'm seeing a sense of tension mentally that we're feeling, but it doesn't seem like it's you. It seems like it's this other person's behavior. But why are we having a problem dealing with this? I don't know what it is, but I'm seeing you move away from it. Cause it's almost like, again, you knew something about someone, even if they didn't present in this way, because I'm getting that you're very aware of what's going on, like, beneath the mask, behind the scenes, behind the curtain, whatever you want to call it. And there was like this opportunity with this person, but I'm seeing that they may have not followed through. Like, they may have made a lot of promises and not followed through with what they said, and I'm just watching you to like turn your back on this and walk away. But it's like when you have time to think about it, you're like, oh, I really regret that decision. But it's a learning experience, and it's important to remember that. Seeing you like waving your magic wand here and like manifesting yourself out of this situation. I'm hearing you caught it when you did. This person could have been like competitive with you, feeling insecure. I'm picking up on that type of energy. It's bizarre. I think bizarre to act like that with another person, but anyway. Yeah, you're being guided to care for your emotions, to hold your emotions, to observe your emotional state, to prioritize yourself here, your comfort. Because I'm seeing you walking into something very nice because you chose to walk away from something that was not so nice. Something that you knew at the end of the day, even if this person may have been fun or attractive, things like that, like exciting, but there wasn't much depth to it, and I'm seeing that there's definitely something going on, like maybe a personality disorder, something like that. It definitely seems like something that has to do with the personality. Anyway, let's clear that energy. I'm seeing you move away from this. I'm just looking at Mercury over here, so this would have to do with like their communication, their thought process, like maybe something not computing, or like this person definitely has shadow work that they need to do. Like they may have projected onto you. Yeah, okay. Moving away to where we are now. I'm seeing you be like, okay, I know that I need something of substance here. I know that my heart is calling me in a specific direction. There are definitely things that I don't want to repeat. And maybe now we're taking that and being like, okay, so now I know what I'm looking for, what I'm not looking for. And there's also an element of surprise in here as well. And I'm seeing you either meeting yourself here or meeting another person. And I'm seeing something going on with the Ace of Cups. Let's get one more card on this for context. Yeah, this may be you with yourself here. It's like I'm seeing a very, very big emotional process that we're going through right now, where we're learning to manage our emotions. For some of us, we could be in therapy, maybe doing like self-help type stuff, things like that. Getting in touch with self-esteem, self-love, meditative practices, grounding practices. This is like a little solo journey that I'm looking at here. Like maybe you feel like you need time to yourself. It's almost like to regenerate something within you, to recalibrate. I'm seeing a big amount of healing that we're doing here to get to a very pure sense of love that we're feeling. For some of us, we may be getting more in touch, honing in on certain gifts, abilities that we have. getting connected with our guides, angels, spirit. You may even be having things revealed to you that you weren't aware about before, because it's almost like you opened yourself up to possibilities and options, and so you're allowing the universe to kind of curate something and bring it to your doorstep. I'm getting something like that. And it's like when maybe you recognize too that you need time to yourself at this point in time, so if anybody's coming through and you feel like it's distracting you from what you need to be focusing on right now, like you're turning down offers to engage, something like that. I'm seeing a collection of something here. And this can be different aspects of yourself as well. Who is this? I'm seeing somebody come through with a message. This person could see you as some type of authority figure. They may respect you for a role that you play, something that you're building. You may be in charge of something. This could be a subordinate, something like that. Something synonymous with that word. Let's find out what the intention is of this. I'm getting that it's pure intention, whatever this is, but they may not be in like the league or category that you're in. Like there may be some sort of position that you have that's higher up than them. They're definitely curious about you. They're definitely watching you, whoever this person is. Maybe they are messaging you because they want to know more about you, like they want to get to know you, something like that. There may be more than one person. I'm picking that up for some. I'm looking at Aries and Sagittarius here. This can be part of your chart or part of their chart. You could even, like if this is reversed, you could be messaging somebody for a type of guidance because you feel like they're a respectable figure that can guide you with something. For some, ooh, I'm hearing Reiki Master specifically. For some, I'm hearing healer. Healer. They do something with energy. That may be a specific message. They know how to do something with alchemy. Interesting. This brings me back to energy work. Very cool. Something about transmutation. Again, that may be a specific message for someone. Let's rewind really quickly. If you're the one messaging this person, this is somebody that you would look up to because you have respect for this person. If this person is reaching out to you, they respect you. They see you as I'm hearing principal architect. Like maybe you built something, like cuz this can be a metaphor. Maybe they see you as I don't know, there's something substantial about the role that you play in relation to this person. And I'm seeing a younger energy, but it's like somebody that's curious about what you do, about a role that you play, about information that you have. And you're definitely good at whatever it is that you do. I'm seeing you be very good at this as well. Like very respected for whatever craft this is. And it's something that's taken a long time to build. Because we're looking at the Emperor here, and we're also looking at Temperance, and both of these cards can speak about patience and growing things over time as well. Building. Figuring things out, too. I'm hearing mathematician. I'm hearing mathematic formula. Yeah, whoever the Emperor is in this scenario, I'm seeing them be very much in touch with the guided path that Spirit has planned out for them. And this person may have been guided in by spirit, or so, like, that's what they feel. They feel guided to have come in contact with you, to be talking to you, to be messaging you. They may have a romantic interest in you as well, but the lovers also don't have to be romantic. With the lovers card, it's about feeling almost an otherworldly attraction to something. This can be a path that you want to go down. For some of you, this isn't even about like someone outside of yourself. This is about you discovering like a practice, a principle, a mantra, something that you want to be going after, that you know you are going to be very amazing at, some category or position that you feel very, very attracted to in a way where it's almost inexplicable. For others of you, this person that's reaching out, I'm seeing, if this is another person that's reaching out to you, okay, and this isn't just about a position that you're filling or a destiny, I'm seeing them definitely think of you as someone that potentially they could have a relationship with, but I don't know if they would say that off the bat. It may come after that they would say this to you. They may be a little bit intimidated. So, when we talk about the Lovers card, as I said before, it's feeling attracted to something that you feel a very intense gravitational pull. This can also be speaking about a person that you feel drawn to, and it's like, why do I keep coming back to them? Or like, why am I so attracted to them? Also, if you want to look into synastry, if that's something you feel guided to do, that can be helpful as well. If there's somebody in particular that you feel you have a strong attraction to. Synastry can also tell you about potential karma that you would be facing with somebody. Just FYI. I like to look at synastry when I first meet somebody. And it hasn't failed me yet, honestly. But also know, too, that just like with the birth charts and synastry and all of that, we get to choose what light frequency we carry. So, even like in an individual chart. So you get to make the energy what you want it to be. You get to transmute it to whatever frequency, I'm hearing octave, you want it to be. So it's like it can be a subconscious energy that comes out in a more animalistic way, or it can be a very conscious, deliberate, controlled type of energy. But yeah, whoever this person is that's watching you, I'm seeing them planning to talk to you. Because they definitely feel drawn to you, but they may not even be able to explain it. Again, it may be something like harder to materialize, harder to articulate with words, because it's almost something beyond words. They may want to get together with you as well. Yeah. I'm looking at a wish fulfillment here. They've been very patient. Very patiently waiting. Maybe until the right time. Time could definitely be a factor in this for them. Something with travel for someone, too, I'm getting. To meet up with somebody here. Okay, in their chart, they may have an emphasis on the energy of Mars, Aries. I'm looking at Sagittarius. I'm looking at Taurus. Maybe stuff going on in the 9th house for them as well. I'm also looking at Gemini here. The 9 of Cups is also Jupiter and Pisces, so maybe some Pisces energy, maybe Jupiter, because I am looking at Sagittarius here. And the 9th house is Sagittarius as well, which the Hierophant represents, as well as Taurus energy. So if you've been finding the reading relevant, is this a person, or is this something that you're exploring, like a position that you're exploring that you feel like you're in love with, whatever this thing is? You feel like you're in the right place or with the right person, or you're finding the right person. I'm so curious. Yeah, so I'm seeing a message. I'm seeing somebody feeling like they're guided. I'm seeing somebody come through to communicate. I'm looking at you in a position over, you may be older than this person, but that doesn't have to mean your physical body. This can mean in a spiritual sense, in an emotional sense, like you may have some wisdom. This person watching you feels stressed out, maybe because of the pull. Again, it's almost like there may be a little bit of tension because of them not being able to articulate or explain. Maybe even like when they sit with themselves, they don't know why they feel so pulled towards you. Something like that. I would also like to say, as we are now entering into Pisces season in Western astrology, which I think most people watching the channel, I'm sure, follow Western. As we enter Pisces season, it is very, very important for us to be grounding our energy, because when we talk about the energy of Neptune, which rules Pisces, one of the rulers, we talk about, and I mean even Jupiter as well, we talk about energy that, if ungrounded, it can be somewhat delusional. I use that word very sparingly because I think it's taken out of context a lot. When I say delusional, I mean something that's out of touch with reality, okay? With what's actually going on, okay? I'm talking about very ungrounded, like thought processes, trains of thoughts that we have. So it's very, very important, again, as we enter Pisces season, to keep our feet on the ground while our head is in the clouds. Because when we have grounded Pisces energy, it's the most like magnificent, amazing, creative energy. It's very highly spiritual. But when it's ungrounded, it can be out of touch in a way where it's like you're the only person in the whole world that's seeing this thing. And it's not making sense to anybody else. And it's not because they don't understand. It's because it actually is not occurring like in reality. So it's always important to be mindful of this. Maybe a specific message for someone. Because I'm almost getting like this otherworldly pull with the Lovers here. And you know, with the Lovers as well, when we talk about having a Neptune contact in our synastry with somebody, it's like, oh, this person is so ethereal and beautiful and wonderful, but I just almost can't put my finger on it because it's something that's intangible. Like, that's what a Neptune Venus contact feels like. It's like, but there can be deception within that, potentially. It can also be very lovely too, depending on the person and what they're doing with that frequency, but it's always important to be mindful of, because Neptune can carry illusions with it as well. So to be grounding our energy and making sure that things are aligning and that we're double checking ourselves is important here, especially when it comes to like wish fulfillments that we have and stuff like that. Okay, so this person that's observing you, I'm seeing that like in their head, they perceive that you could have a very fine relationship here, okay? Like you, in the long term, you guys would get along really well. I'm seeing like a whole fantasy space that is here. And I'm seeing something that this person has waited for, but there may be some work that this person needs to do. As I said before, this can be a younger energy than you. If this is somebody outside of yourself that's stepping towards you, and you want to be mindful of that because they may have healing work that they need to do still. Always heed your intuition, because there can always be little details that may not apply to your situation. So if it doesn't resonate, don't take it. Okay, so I'm going to go over the signs again. I'm looking at Aries, I'm looking at Sagittarius, I'm looking at Taurus, I'm looking at Gemini. I'm also hearing Pisces. You're being guided not to walk around feeling suspicious, to ground that energy. Sometimes we can have a tendency to feel that way too, like you don't know what's around the corner, but as long as you're following your intuition, you will get the heads up if something is wrong or if something is off, you know, and it's going to be very, very tangible for you, but you don't need to walk around feeling like you have to be worried about other people or what's going to happen, because if there's something you need to know, if you're in touch with your intuition, like your ears are going to perk up at these things, okay? And you also want to make sure that you're not closing yourself off to things that may potentially lead to something that you would want. So it's like using your intuition and your defenses at appropriate times and applying them rather than feeling like you constantly need to be walking around like that. This is also too about making sure that we're communicating if we have boundaries as well with certain people, relevant people. Yeah. It's also about having trust and faith, like taking a leap of faith, really trusting yourself and not talking yourself out of the things that you want to be exploring, the things that you want to be giving chances to. I'm seeing someone with yellow boots on here. Opening yourself up to the optimism of the world. For some, I'm getting for sure there's some shadow work, healing work, whatever you want to call it, that needs to be addressed here. It's like something, almost like an afterthought that's lingering. If you were in a relationship and you still feel affected by that person's energy, this is what it's talking about here. But this can also be like an aspect of yourself where it's like you may have a tendency to talk yourself out of things that you want to explore because you don't have the faith in yourself, and maybe this is something that we're learning to address as well. It's like having that confidence that you can make things happen, even if you don't have a type of experience. And maybe that's also something that we shy away from. It's like, if I don't know how to do it, I don't want to try, or like not try in front of other people because I might fail. You know that vibe. So maybe that's something that we're working on too. It's like letting go of feeling like you have to know how to do everything and just taking chances and opening up opportunities for yourself to explore. Because you're never going to know how brilliant you are at something if you don't try. So if it's something you feel attracted to, you might as well explore that. If you feel like that's something truly that calls to you. There may even be some material stuff that needs to be let go of as well. Like there could be material blocks, something that you're holding on to. The thing about purging that's really great, especially when we talk about physical objects, and you can like use this to relate it to things on a spiritual level as well. When you have like too much clutter, too many physical objects around you, when you have too much clutter, physical objects around you, when you choose to take those things and get rid of them, it means that you're opening up space for the things that you actually want to come. So it's like any obsolete objects that you have lying around or things that you don't need anymore, stuff you haven't used for a year or two that you just have that's kind of like wasting space, so to speak. if you get rid of those things, you're opening up yourself and like telling the universe that you are making space for the things that you do want to come in and fill those spaces up. And it's just like that energetically too. You have to get like shed old cycles and move through things in order to invite the things that you want into your life. This is the same with jobs as well. It can be applied to anything, but sometimes it's more easy to talk about a metaphor in a physical sense and then have it be applied, because sometimes it makes it more tangible or more easily understandable to those viewing. So I hope that is helpful for you, Aquarius. I'm seeing something that you're going to realize that you want to start, and this is about, as I said before, taking a chance, taking a leap of faith, believing in yourself, and judging things in a way where you're ready to move forward, ready for some type of transcendence here in whatever area of your life this applies to, because I'm seeing you going up, and it was a lesson in learning how to release, how to shed, maybe even shed some cycles. Very interesting. All right, my friends, we are going to end it there. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.